Good morning, natural gas. It's Monday, May the 4th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. May the 4th be with you. This is the top news for natural gas. Number one, the U.S. is going to escort vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Number two, Chinese LNG imports for April have fallen to its lowest level since 2018. Number three, the Three Seas Initiative is announcing new investment. This is a Balkan pipeline. This allows more US LNG into Europe. And number four, there's spring maintenance for three of the US LNG facilities: Calcasieu Pass, Cameron, and Corpus Christi. Let's turn to the spot. June contract currently trading right now at 285.40, up 7.4 cents or 2.66%. And as you can see, the RSI is open to the upside. We are now above the 13-period exponential moving average, which came in at 277.5. And our next target to the upside will be 296.30 right now. That's a big stretch, but for whatever reason, we're up, and we're up across the board. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And as you can see, overnight, we did push to the upside, came back off, and here we are, well above the pivot, well above the first resistance level, testing the second resistance level, which comes in at 285.70. Right above that, 289.40 would be our third resistance level. Again, the daily pivot, 278.20. The RSI has turned to the upside. And this is in the face of pretty weak fundamentals in ERCOT here in Texas. Let's take a look. The renewables today, 50,000 megawatts are expected from 11 o'clock all the way through 7 o'clock tonight, basically. And our load today, only 63,325, which means natural gas right now, currently, only 11.6% of the fuel mix. That means we've got strong wind here, especially for the next couple of days at night. That's right. We're getting wind gusts here in West Texas, pushing those wind farms to produce a lot of power, and we've got clear skies. So we've got solar and wind kicking natural gas off the fuel mix. So let's take a look at the wind chart, and this is the windy.com wind chart. As you can see here, we've got the winds pushing in from West Texas toward Oklahoma. These are strong winds here at night, especially. That means we're getting wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 35 knots per hour. So there's strong wind here in Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up into Kansas, and again, as you get into Iowa and the Dakotas. So we've got strong wind, and yet natural gas prices are moving higher. Let's turn to LNG. And as you can see, very little is getting through the Strait of Hormuz right now. And you can see a picket line of Iranian ships just pushing from Iran all the way over to Oman right here. So let's see what happens here. The U.S. Navy's got to clear that line in order to get these ships out and around these traffic jams here around this United Arab Emirates. And as you can see over here near Qatar as well. Let's turn to the United States. And so let's take a look at the Sea Eagle. The HLC Eagle has been waiting to load up here at Golden Pass LNG, and it's sitting at anchor still. There is no loading yet for a second cargo at Golden Pass. I wonder why. Let's take a look, though. The production still is stable here at 375,000 MMBTUs, but overnight had dropped off. So we're going to keep a careful eye on this because it should be starting to ramp higher. Now that we're getting into May, this should be pushing out at least toward 50% of its nameplate capacity. Exxon and Qatar have announced they're going to have that second train online by the end of the year. That's the hope. So what's pushing up natural gas? Well, it looks like some bargain hunting here across the strips. This is Novi March up here right now, currently up 5.3 cents here to 403.60. And as you can see, the RSI is still to the upside. It got to our 403.5 target, our next level 412.30, and above that 420 and 8 ticks. October strip, this is for next injection season. And again, that bargain hunting is coming through here. You can see the RSI is pointing to the upside, and we're pushing above our first level here, which was at 3.25. and it's now targeting 332.5 to the upside. It's a big stretch. Let's turn to the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook in the United States, and it's above normal to the west. We talked about that colder temperature moving through the Great Lakes and into the Mid-Atlantic states, and the heat would build out from the west and push east as we got through the forecast period. Let's take a look at that. And as you can see, it's starting to get warm across Texas next week. We're starting to see some 90s to 100s start popping up here, especially in Texas, Florida, and parts of the desert Southwest. As we get through the forecast period here, you could start seeing some 96s, 99s, and then we do see 100 here show up. There it is, right along the Mexican border. So we're starting to see some temperatures climb. This may be why natural gas prices are rallying in the face of pretty weak fundamentals overall. And let's take a look here at the heat index. We start to see more heat index. This is minor all the way back up from Texas to Chicago, parts of the Pacific Northwest and parts of the Southeast, which is dry. Again, Texas to the south is dry. And that means as this heat comes in, it's going to start feeling even warmer and kick that air conditioning load way higher. And as you can see, as we get through the forecast period, we do have moderate heat risk through Texas, now parts of the desert Southwest, including Southern California on Friday, and that expands again on Saturday and Sunday. So the heat will start to build out in the west first and then push east. How about Europe? This is the right now moderate temperatures as we go through the forecast period here. We got some warmer temperatures right now from Germany all the way back over to Poland and parts of Belarus. And this is moderately cooler weather as it comes through the forecast period here. This is going to allow for some good, healthy injections as we get into next week because it's starting to get warm. They've got to start pushing gas into the grid here. As you can see, there's some moderately cool temperatures coming in late in the forecast period around the 16th through the 18th. How's the EU doing? Well, not too bad. It's some are good, some are bad. And Sweden is the poster child now. No longer is it the Netherlands. Sweden is just below 10% full. So hurry up, Sweden. You've got a lot of catching up to do. And here's Asia. As you can see right now, it is starting to be just fairly moderate right now. Again, same as Europe. This is springtime, so these temperature variations are just modest at this stage. So we got some warmer temperatures in the eastern provinces. That gets replaced by cooler weather as we get through the forecast period later this week and then into next week before the next heat wave starts popping in. As you can see here, this is May the 12th. Starts to get fairly warm here as we get closer and closer toward Beijing, and that gets really warm by the 15th. There's a modest cooler temperatures before it starts getting warm yet again. So up and down for spring temperatures, but summer is hinting here. And how about the US nuclear fleet? Well, we're currently right now at 18.2 gigawatts are offline for maintenance and refueling. We've still got 3 units that are down. We're waiting on Palisades up here in Michigan to turn back on, hopefully by summer. This is for AI and data center usage. Right now, let's take a look at the tropical outlook. And as you can see, the Pacific side starts May 1. And so we're keeping a careful eye on May the 13th through the 19th. There may be some development, less than 20% chance, but we've got to keep a careful eye on it. Again, the Atlantic season doesn't start till June the 1st. And yep, here it is again. The Saharan air layer is kicking dust off of the desert and pushing it towards South America, which means that tropical activity will be inhibited here for at least the next few weeks because we haven't even started the season yet, and here's all this dust. How about the stocks in the oil and gas E&P sector? Stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float over 10%. And it's a sea of green. Right behind me, CNX up 0.9% to 38.22. So it's a good day for the energy stocks. Again, these stocks will do really well if prices kick higher because they've got a high short float. That's rocket fuel to the upside. So again, recapping here right now, currently, the spot June contract is currently trading at 285.60, up 7.6 cents or 2.73%. even in the face of weak fundamentals in Texas and LNG maintenance. So you can imagine once that is finished and the heat starts to arrive in Texas, this market is about to go. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.